Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Red EDC. Well, we're going to actually take a closer look at some of these Ocaso knives. This one is the strategy. Now, I just have to say, you guys were really interested in that unboxing video. I mean, probably one of my better performing videos right off the bat. You guys were really into that, and I appreciate you guys stopping by and taking a look at them. Now, again, Ocaso Knives is Rick Valdez and his wife. That's the company. That's pretty much it. Now they have collaborated with some really pretty famous designers. The strategy is done with Mike Wallace, and then of course they have designs with Andrew Demko as well. So very cool. But today we're going to be taking a look at the strategy. Now, one of the biggest comments I got on that unboxing video was pricing. And I understand. And we'll get into everything that makes up that pricing. But what I'm going to tell you and what I'm going to point out today is some of the features on these knives that I find really just done very well. Okay? Yeah, I get it. Pricing is always going to be an issue. It just is. And stuff's not going to go down. It's just going to continue to go up. Unfortunately, that's the way of the world. But definitely going to point out some of the things that I like about these knives. Now, obviously, you can see we have two different versions in front of us. You got the JG10 with the black blade, and you have the aluminum with the black blade. There's also a carbon fiber with a satin blade out there. There's a black G10 with a satin blade, and there is a JG10 with a satin blade as well. So there's 5 different options. And in those 5 options, they range anywhere from $149 to $175 on the Ocaso website. So I'm going to kind of focus. Now, you guys know Jade, JG10, it's great. It takes a dye really well for sure. But you guys know Jade, not really my jam unless I'm going to dye it. So I'm just going to focus on the aluminum for pretty much the bulk of this video. Okay? And again, like I said, this is the aluminum version. It's got aluminum, black, PVD coated. Was it PVD? I believe it's PVD coated. We'll just say black coated blade for right now. We'll just say black blade for now. I thought I read PVD, but I don't want to give you any false goober. Wow, I'm leaving stuff. Maybe there's still a little bit of oil on it. But this aluminum, the first thing I want to point out is this aluminum is done. I mean, look at the curvature on that aluminum. Done very well. Maybe one of the best aluminum handled knives I have ever seen. And it is. It's just chamfered off very well. One of the other things I like about it is I really like how they did the pivot. I showed that to Nellie, and she about went goo-goo over it because she thinks lots of companies miss an opportunity with the pivot. And that, I know it's kind of hard to see, does say Ocaso on the pivot. Let's see. Will it focus on it? Yeah, Ocaso. Very cool. Now, I talked about this feature in the unboxing, and I'm loving what they're doing with this clip. So obviously, it's an over-the-top deep carry clip, right? What I love in the attention that was paid to this, because if you look at this knife, straight down, you can't tell that there is a milled out area to change it into a left-handed clip. And I think that is a very awesome detail, because not only did we do, they could have done just a regular deep carry clip and put a filler tab or something in there for sure. But this clip takes that out, and it's reversible. It's As you can see, it's very flush. The screw might, oh, the screw's up just a little bit. But it takes out that need for a filler plate or anything. I think that is a really, really cool design feature of this knife. Because you can pop this out, change it into a left hand, and it's going to be exactly the same on the other side. It's going to cut up, it's going to, cover that, milled out area for the clip. And I just really think that's just a cool design. That tells me that a lot of thought was put in to the design, not only of how of how the clip operates, but just the overall aesthetics of the knife. And you guys know I love the over-the-top. Like some companies put it inside the G10 on the inside, in between the G10 and the liners or something like that. Or even if they're, screwed to the blade, or screwed to the handle in this position. Leave out the glass breaker. I'm not really crazy about glass breakers, but, I like what they've done with this design. I'm just, I can't stress that enough. So, all right, enough of that. That's some of the features that I really enjoy about this design of the knife. And this is their signature clip. That's the clip you're going to see on their designs. I mean, I've got a Solstice here. We'll see that review coming up as well. Same clip, same. Keep that up, please. I love that. So, all right. So what is this strategy going to give you overall? We already talked about aluminum handle, K110 blade, coated K110 blade on this particular model. So, spec-wise, you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 3/4 inches of knife. You're just shy of 4.5 on the handle. So, you're looking at right about 3.5. So, I mean, you're right in there. Yeah, your handle's probably 4.25. 4.25, 3.5 gives you 7 3/4. Grip length, you're looking at right about 3 3/4. 3 3/4 on the grip length. And that's, you guys know that 3.5 is right where I like. So there's a little bit left. Not too bad. Overall, where's that? There it is. There's the PM2. Give you a size comparison. Now PM2 is going to be a larger knife by a little bit. Not a lot. Just a hair on the blade and about pretty close to a 1/2 inch on the handle. Then, of course, we're going to get the bug out. The bug out should probably be just a little bit shorter, which it is. There again, not a lot. Maybe a 1/4-ish inch on the blade and about that 1/4 to 3/8 on the handle. Now, one thing I do want to point out, we do have some, before I do the weight, we definitely have some weight reduction going on. Now, it has a little bit of weight to it. Nothing too bad by any means, but just wanted to point out there has been weight reduction done because we're sitting at 4 ounces. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Definitely a deep carry clip. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of talked that clip to death, to be perfectly honest. Between this video, and the unboxing, I've really talked that clip to death. But that is one of my favorite features of this knife by far. The detent, very solid. Action, oh, shake shut. Not super droppy on this model. Let's check out the G10 model. What's it like on this one? Detent is very good there. Now G10, little bit more droppy, little bit. Not too bad, but again, has a really, really solid detent on it. I like the blacked out. Now, of course, you've got the strategy there. You've got the K110. It does say D2 because, yes, K110 is basically, Europe's version of D2. So there you go. Clip again. Now, the one thing I was kind of concerned about with this clip is how it would hit me in my hand, just because of the style of clip it is. That, not an issue at all. I really don't even know that clip is there. That's another reason why I'm just gaga for this clip. That's how I really am. It feels fantastic in hand. The ergonomics, I've already talked about how that aluminum is just rounded off very well. We'll take a look at the G10, and if we look at it, the G10 is chamfered off very nicely as well. Again, super comfortable. I was gonna say, dang, can I feel the clip even less on this one for some reason? And no, I actually think I feel it just a hair more right back here. Anything to be mad about? No, not at all. Not at all. So, the one thing I do, the access to the liner lock. Okay? It's not bad. Wouldn't hurt if it was a little better. It does protrude, your liner does protrude a little bit, but as you can see there, you know, if we look at straight on, it's not really, you don't have a specifically recessed area for the liner. I mean, I can access it just fine. You know, if it was a little more access, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't. Lock up on this one. I mean, we're looking at a good, that might be full liner engagement, which we're not seeing a whole lot in a lot of knives. At least I haven't. I like that. It's a sense of security for me, I guess. 40 to 40, maybe 50, 40, maybe 50. I mean, solid. Yeah, solid as all get out. No issues there. Let's check out this one. What's the lockup again? Again, pretty much full. It's kind of hard to see with the pretty much full face lockup. Yeah, about 50%. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a fan. I don't know what to tell you. I just am. These knives are done very well. There's a lot of attention to detail that has been put into these knives that I really enjoy. The ergonomics, fantastic. The clip, that's a dead horse. I beat that to death. Love that. Action is fantastic. You know, my only nitpick with these knives is maybe just a little bit access, and it's the same on this one. I mean, it's the same design, so just wanted to double check. But maybe a little bit extra access onto the liner lock. That is about my only issue with these knives. Again, we talked about price. Price is subjective. You know, I get asked. You guys know I'm a huge Finch fan, and I talked to Rick about this. We had a discussion. People ask me all the time, are Finch knives worth the price? Well, the best answer I can give you is they are to me. I've got quite a few of them over here to prove that. If it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. That's about all I can tell you. Are they at the top of the, and referring to Finch, are they at the top of their asking price? Yeah, they are. For the materials, they probably are. Some of them, I don't know, though. Some of them are pretty nice, and they're right in there. But hey, it's completely subjective. If they're for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. Pretty much as simple as I can put it. So, really appreciate you guys checking these out. Really appreciate Rick sending these out. I'm going to be definitely stopping by the Ocaso booth and getting the opportunity to meet Rick at Blade Show. I really want to do that. That's one of my goals at Blade Show, is to be able to stop by his booth and talk to him for a while, and maybe get a look at some other knives coming out. You never know. He said he might have some other stuff at the booth. So, very cool. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by today and taking a look at the Ocaso Strategy with me. Really, really appreciate it. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.